Hey everybody, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Doc Severson for Ready Set Trade. This is what we call the Ready Set Live we do on Wednesday afternoons. And this happens to be Fed Day. So this is a big rate decision. It came in at a quarter point like we knew they were. But we always want to know what the market's reaction. This is probably the biggest risk event that we have. And now this is spread over to the crypto markets. This is why I'm talking about this. So we've gotten to the point where the crypto markets and the NASDAQ are almost running one by one. All right, let's get into what we're seeing here today. This is Bitcoin versus the US dollar. And we're seeing a pretty good move here off of the bottom, and we're going sideways. I always like price action like this where we move stair stepping like this. So that's always good. And looking really across the board today, we're holding support. And at this point, holding 22,500 as support for BTC. So that's all good. So I am here to take your request today. I love it when you guys show up from all over the world. Let me know where you're coming in from, where you're accessing this webinar from. We'll be here for about the next half hour or so. I'll be taking your request, whatever coin pairs that you want me to look at. We'll go through this. We're going to go through these quickly. And, so we can get to as many people as possible. But again, I guess the bottom line for today is we got past the rate announcement. They raised rates a quarter point. Everybody knew that was what's going to happen. But even though Powell did get sort of stern and, I'm in charge here and, we don't want the market getting away. I thought he did a pretty good job of kind of walking the fence. And, admitting some things like, yeah, we're probably a couple of hikes away from being done, those kind of things. That provides certainty to the market. So that's all good. All right, we got Thomas checking in today. We got Evil Ken has joined us here. We got a bunch of folks that are out there. Again, welcome aboard. Glad to see you guys checking in. Please let me know what it is that you want to see on your coin pair. I'm going to start out with a request that I got offline. So I got this one offline yesterday, I think it was. And this comes in from Roscoe. And Roscoe was on our Discord site. I want to talk to you guys about a couple of other things as well, too. So Roscoe wanted me to look at, among other things, DAG. So this is Constellation versus Tether. Constellation versus Tether. And so how I'm going to look at this is through the lens of the trend trading strategy. Now, well, with that said, I'm going to go back over to price and volume because what I'm seeing on this one is some pretty bad price action. We're seeing a pretty oppressive downtrend on this guy. So it's been unable to get above the 200-day moving average. You can see the death cross here where the price or the 50 crossed under the 200 and has been in that mode ever since. This is why you pay attention to these things. You pay attention to descending patterns. So right now you should be hunting for what's my entry on this. And it's going to be when we break above here. And if you want to be more conservative, breaking above like 9 cents would be the way to go on this one. So this is why we have this strategy, the trend trading strategy. And this one would be a break above about the most aggressive entry is going to be a break, not only over the end day high here, which is about 6.5 cents, but also above the 200-day moving average, which is 6.6. So these are going to be one and the same. And if we get a slingshot off of today's move, that could actually happen. So right now, I'm hoping you're not long in this one, Roscoe, and you're just looking for a long entry, and that would be on a break of about 6.6 cents here. All right, so Roscoe had another one that he wanted me to look at, and this was Veracity, V-R-A, Veracity versus Tether. So that one's coming in, and that looks really good. That's the kind of breakout that we're looking for, guys. So here's a coin that was just basing, and then boom. Notice what's happening with the volume here. Notice what's happening with the volume. And we also got the nice little buy signal here, which is good, right? So This is all good stuff here. So we got the buy signal, the price is above the 200, and now we are protecting gains. This is where the stop is currently at. So this strategy constantly adjusts the stop based on the 10-day low. The 20-day high for breakout, the 10-day low for the stop. Oh, let's see. Dogechain. Dogechain, that's a new one, Math. Hey, good to see you. So anyway, those are the coins for Roscoe. Oh, wait a minute. Roscoe wanted me to look at a potential stop loss with volume profile. So let's do this one with volume profile. And what we're going to try to do is go back about a year here. Go back about a year, and that's going to be good. So what we're seeing here is all this volume. There's very little volume on the way down because this is all trending, and it spent very little time as it went rumbling, stumbling, bumbling all the way down here. So now that it's put in a base, you can see where the base is. So right now it's, I would say this one is more of a cup with handle pattern setting up. We want to see a break above this level to go long, if you weren't long already based on the trend rating. Okay, so that's one. Now, as far as the stop, really, this is the point of control. The red line here is the point of control. If we see the price trading underneath the point of control, then that's probably a sign. Well, I went back here. I went back too far. If we see price trading under that point of control, which in this case is about 0.0055 or so, that's going to mean, you can see that right there. Let's see if I can zoom in on this without destroying the chart. We want to get all that. Yeah, so it's right there. If the price goes underneath that level, I would not want to be long anymore. So this is one thing about a breakout from consolidation. If it comes back into the range, then you don't want it anymore. Okay. Hey guys, welcome aboard. Let me know where you're coming in from. And also, if you have time, which you do, let me know what coins and what pairs that you want me to take a look at. So those are from Roscoe. So Roscoe, wherever you are, if you're watching this on replay, good on you, man. All right, so let's see. The next one comes in through MAF. So we're going to take a look through MAF, and we're going to stay on the trend trading here. And MAF wants to look at Dogechain versus Tether. Okay, this is a new one for me. And actually, we're starting to see some good price action with this. We're starting to see a lot of these just all over the board. We're seeing things breaking out over here. So this one does not have a 200-day moving average. So we don't have 200 days of data on this one yet, at least on KuCoin. So this one's not going to show a signal yet. But if we go out to the RSI Laguerre, we're probably going to see a long signal hook right there. Again, I prefer to see these on assets that have at least 200 days of data. So I'm not going to be firing any signals off. But this one looks pretty good. And this is holding the, what is that, the 0.14 cent level. So this one looks pretty good. And I would say, go for the breakout above 0.002 there. That looks really good. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of these that look formerly crappy that I was giving you guys a hard time on. And we're starting to see these bases break out. And if it's not breaking out right now, I would not be looking at it. Don't look at it because there's plenty of things that are moving in the right direction right now. Okay, Christoph, you want to look at APT versus Tether. Let's do it. Okay, here's another one where I just don't have a whole lot of data. With this one, I don't have a 200-day moving average, but we can certainly look at this one. What I like about this is the way the price is moving. If you guys follow me for any length of time, you know that I like these stair-stepping types of movements. Stair-stepping. This is all good. And it's building up the energy right now. Now, we're also seeing, let's go out to the weekly chart. The weekly chart hardly has any weeks of data here, but this one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. So I'd be looking for, I would see if you want to do a pullback entry, look for the pullback entry for the RSI to hook around maybe a test of 14. That would be your pullback entry. Otherwise, the breakout entry is going to be probably 19 to 20 if you want to take this on the next breakout. But I like the fact that this is stair-stepping. That's a very nice looking chart for right now. So you can see how everything changed here when the volume came in. Everything changed when the volume came in. So this is good. Okay. All right, EM, what part of England are you coming in from? Where are you located? Okay, T97 Hotel. Tango 97 Hotel wants to look at Atom versus the US dollar. I always get these things mixed up. That is what, Cosmos? Cosmos looks great. Looks absolutely great. This is one of the better coins that we have out there and is one of the stronger ones today. You can see this is doing an end day breakout. An end day breakout from this. So here was the original buy. Down here is we got the base breaking out above the 200. So that was just above 11. And it survived the first test. And we have the stop now protecting those gains. A lot of people will say, hey, if I didn't get this entry, where would I get on board here? And that would be on the next end day breakout. Or you can wait for the larger time frame pullback. I'll talk about that in a minute here, if I remember. Eventually, from this move, we're going to see, if we go out to the weekly chart, guys, we're going to see just about everything. We're going to see it rip, and then we're going to see a strong pullback, and that's going to scare the hell out of everybody. But that pullback should create the polarity that we're looking for, and it should break higher from here. If you guys want to see what that looks like, go back to BTC. Go back to BTC and look at, let's see, probably this one here in late 2020, early 2021. Okay, so when this thing released from all of this crap for all those years, we got a bunch of these little pullbacks, right? So strong pullback up to 40,000, set up a higher low, and everybody said, oh my God, it's all over. It's all over. Let's sell right now. And then went straight up, doubled in the next few weeks. So look for the next weekly higher low. Be patient for it. It's worth looking for. Never chase after these things like a dog chasing after a car. Okay, let's see. That is Cosmos for Tango 97 Hotel for Christoph. Darrow. Let's look at Darrow versus Tether and KuCoin. Okay, this one looks pretty good as well too. So we're starting to see, you can see that we've finally gotten above, the price has gotten above the green line, which is the 200-day moving average, which is good, which means the price is now above the mean. It's above the mean, and that was the buy point back here and at the end of the year, and right now it is protecting the gains. It's got a very tight coil. I would not be surprised to see this get stopped out, and then what you're going to look for is for the next consolidation, the next breakout from this one. Otherwise, if you want to take the end day breakout, you can take it above 5.1. So it looks pretty good. Christoph looks pretty good. Welcome aboard, everybody. I am Doc here. Before I go to the next thing, I want to show you guys that we've got the new site up, the new ReadySetCrypto ONE site up. So ReadySetCrypto.ONE is our new site. It's based on Mighty Networks. It's great because you can take it with you. It's a mobile app, and you can switch it around, and you can go out to different things. So I've got all, not all of the trading courses, but most of them carried over. And this is the stuff that I'm most excited about, is that I've got signals firing into the room here. I've got signals firing into the room, which you can notify. You can be notified on. So all of these signals that I'm showing you guys are firing into the room on two strategies right now. Trend trading, which is more of a breakout. And here's the RSI Laguerre, which is more of a pullback. So we haven't had any pullback entries lately because everything's been breaking out, but we're going to get those pullbacks here fairly soon. So you can have a couple of different strategies running at the same time. and then decide to run this. So, and if you really want to, I had somebody asking me about this, like, well, what do we do with these things? Well, you can manually enter them, you can scrub them if you want to, but there's also ways that you can probably get these things to fire over into your broker if you have an API. So anyway, that's our new site. So check it out. You get 7 days of free trial on this, and the price is much lower than it was before. So we have dropped the price and I think increased the value from what we're doing. Okay, so there's that. Just wanted to show you guys. So let's see. So Darrow on Tether again. This one looks good. So let's go to the next one, which is COTI. COTI versus Tether. Another good one. So, you know, a lot of these are starting to look good. You know, all I've been doing for the last, seems like for the last year, is just literally crap on all of these coins that you guys bring up to me. And now they're starting to really break out. And this is what we've been waiting for. And this is why I've said, don't just keep buying the dip just because the price is going down. Wait until it starts to trend higher. So this one's going through the pullback, and this one is probably going to be showing a really good RSI Laguerre hook here fairly soon. So if you didn't get the initial breakout from here, then looking for the pullback entry may be the way to go on this one, unless you get stopped out. But if it's below the 200, all bets are off. Stay away from stuff below the 200 for right now. Okay, so that's COTI, and that is for M. All right, Christoph in Poland, cool. All right, Florida attorney. Florida attorney wants to look at Algorand. Algorand. All right, Algorand is relatively weak. We did have a couple of, here was an attempted breakout buy that got thrust down, and this got caught up in the whole FTX debacle. So it's still underneath the 200-day moving average. It's still, you can view this as almost like underwater, right? It's still underwater. It's swimming around under there. It has not decided to jump out of the water yet. So I would wait until this sets up with a base, breaks above 200, and then you're good to go. So Crypto Jules enthusiastically wants me to look at XYO. Be my pleasure. All right, so let's do that versus Tether. And this one is starting just barely. So you can see a buy signal here, but it's somewhat tenuous. It's somewhat tenuous. I almost think that you're better off looking for the Laguerre entry on the hook up, but it's very close to the 200. So I keep that in mind, that we got an initial spike of volume, but it does not seem to be going anywhere. So you got the big spike of volume, but it's not going anywhere, right? So what I want to see is that stair stepping. If it's not stair stepping, nobody's accumulating this. So I would say make sure that there's a market behind this. You can't, Jules, you can't push this one by yourself. No matter how good you think this project is, you need everybody else in the market to be accumulating it for the price to go higher, for you to make money on this. M is from Birmingham. I was in Birmingham once, passing on the way through. I did stay in a hotel there. We had a very nice pint in Birmingham. I think I was on my way up to Scotland. Let's see, Ashvaj, EWT. Okay, let's look at EWT versus the US dollar. Hope this is the right asset for you. There's EWT is also another, well, that's on Kraken. It's got to be the right one. So this one is just getting the crap beat out of it right now. You can see we're getting breakout entries, and then we're selling right away. We're getting breakout entries, and it just can't get out of its own way. So until this thing gets some real distance, in fact, there's a death cross on it right now. It did a golden cross back in September, got caught up in the FTX debacle and is now just sort of drifting along. While you've got everything else in the planet, just about all of the top 20 cryptos are heading higher right now. You've got EWT, which is fighting gravity right now. I would wait till this one decides to accumulate. Wait till the rest of the market decides to accumulate on this one. Christoph, Monero. Let's see, where are you, Monero? Where are you hiding? There you are. Monero looks fabulous. Looks really, really good. So let me get my arrows out of here. That was the initial buy point. So here's the initial buy point here above the 200, and it's holding pretty well now. There was an intraday sell, but this is where you have to ignore those intraday probes. Always look for the close. So this one's holding up pretty well, and I like how the price action's working because it's breaking out, consolidating, breaking out, consolidating. It's just kind of grinding higher right now. So as long as it stays above 168, I think you're good to go on Monero. So let it continue just grinding higher for you. Let's see. What was it? It was, I want to say it was John Smith, and I hope you're not going to give me crap because I liked it. It was John Smith Ale. So I hope that's okay. All right. What are these shit coins? You guys are welcome to my world. All right, let's see. Deep behind enemy lines in California. Can I look at Hex? I'd be happy to do that. So we're going to be around here for another couple of minutes. If you guys have any final requests, please get them in because we try to wrap these things up about 30 minutes past. So Hex is still sucking wind down here under the 200-day moving average. And, everything else is rallying while Hex is down here rolling around in the gutter. So I would not be looking at this one until it's able to break out above the green line. So it's ale, but not real ale. It's fake ale. Hey, we don't know the difference. I mean, no, actually, I take that back. I mean, up until maybe 10, 20 years ago, all we had was just, American lager was just basically urine. And, all the microbrews started to really kick ass around here. So we've got lots and lots and lots of stuff. So, yeah, some of the brands I liked was Caledonia's Best. Like I said, John Smith, Fuller's London Pride, I thought was pretty good. What else stuck? We went up to the Tennant's Brewery up in Glasgow. That was fun. So apart from that, everything's so regional, though. Everybody's so religious about what beers they like. So hopefully I'm not scaring anybody here. All right. Let's see. All right, let's take one last look. Let's take one last look here at what BTC is doing, and then I will let you guys go. So far, so good. Seems like we've gotten past the Fed for today. That's always a huge risk. It comes every 6 weeks. And the market priced in a quarter-point rate hike, but we can see the end in sight. So let's hope we get some more accumulation here. So we've been waiting for a while. Guys, I am all done. So thank you very much for checking out and joining me here today. Again, my name's Doc Severson at ReadySetCrypto. So check out our new site at ReadySetCrypto.ONE. I'm not going to talk about anything else. I'm just going to keep it simple. You get a 7-day trial, ReadySetCrypto.ONE. That's it for today, guys. Thanks very much, and appreciate you guys checking us out. We'll see you next week. Take care, folks.